All right, guys, welcome to the Mike Over Show. And I have to always remember what episode number this is, but I think we're on number 13. And with me today, I've got a very special guest, one that actually is local and found me. And I'm pretty sure she's going to say that it happened to really change her life. Her name's Anita Newman. And Anita was one of those that, if you're watching this, struggled many years with her weight, with also finding something that works. And a lot of women in this entire industry of where I work come to me feeling that same way. They feel stuck no matter what they're doing. Well, Anita did, and she's come in and just in a short time frame of a couple months is nearly down 40 pounds. So she is really kicking butt, and I'm excited to have her on today. Well,
thank you for having me.
So the first question is going to be, now, I love starting this because I do get a lot of women that are now becoming into this autoimmune issue. And we know that you were diagnosed with PCOS back in the past. So talk to me a little bit about what that was for you, the symptoms that you were having, and some of the kind of leading up to childbirth and then post childbirth, the things that you were experiencing with that.
So I was diagnosed with PCOS around the age of 25. My husband and I tried to get pregnant, and I kind of knew even prior to that things were not going to be easy for me. I always had irregular cycles and things like that. And so we, went through the process, and I was formally diagnosed. And so then we kind of knew what we were dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I was finishing my degree at the time, and stress was high. And obviously, infertility is a huge issue in our society in general, and all the emotional baggage that goes with it, all the feelings of inadequacy, just a real emotional road.
Yeah.
The weight gain, the hair loss, the hair in places you don't want it, like all of the things.
Yeah.
And so we were actually blessed with adopting our two oldest children. It's a total God story.
Wow.
And but anyway, going forward several years after that,
Yeah.
I was gaining weight. I wasn't able to ever seem to get anywhere.
Yeah.
I'd do the program here and there and just wasn't really achieving anything. And my story, I work at Wilson College, and I went to the athletic director at the time, who taught a couch to 6K class.
Okay.
And I said, I want to take this couch to 6K class because I'm not going to get off my butt and do what I need to do unless somebody makes me. And so I did that, and we started in July. We did the couch to 6K in November, and then we were on this runner's high.
Yeah.
And we were training for the 10K across the Bay Bridge in Annapolis. And I found out I was pregnant. And my doctor said, your feet have been hitting the pavement for a year. That's what your body needed to get started. And so we were extremely blessed and thankful.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, lightning struck twice, and I got pregnant with my son. And then after that, I just kind of kept spiraling again. Like, I was gaining the weight back, and COVID hit, and I gained 30 pounds during COVID. So it was really rough.
Now, would you say safe to say that the weight gain was a cause of neglect or a cause of your issues, that you were just getting frustrated because it seemed like anything you did would just pack the weight on?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, during that time, I would say it's probably a little bit of both, but I think, it didn't seem to matter what I'd try. Like, I might lose a little, but then, you turn around and gain. And so it is just a very frustrating experience.
Yeah.
Which, when you get frustrated, then you get depression issues, and then that just makes it worse. And and it's not uncommon to me, you want the comfort food, and you want this, and you want that, but really that's just compounding the issue.
As we were talking about donuts during your workouts.
We were talking about donuts. And I stated, I no longer feel like, depending on where you're getting them from, it's worth the calories. Just forgo the donuts. But, yeah. So, and then specifically for me, from my story, my dad died unexpectedly back in 21.
Oh gosh.
And I think for me, grief is a real thing too, and it never really leaves. I think you just learn to cope with it. And so that combination of just it for me, everything just compounded.
It was just,
And my good friend of mine started working with Mike, and I was just hearing her stories about how that's the best she's ever felt in her life. And I'm like, I want some of that. And so I reached out, and here we are. I've been busting my tail since August, and down over 30 pounds. And I truly, like, she was not bluffing. Like, I feel the best I've ever felt. Like, and I just mentally, I feel like I'm in a better place. Food wise, my choices, I'm in a better place. I'm doing exercises I never thought I'd do.
yeah.
And I've talked to people about it, and some people, oh, I'm a picky eater, and oh, I'm this enough. I'm probably the pickiest eater that I've ever met. And if I can do this program, nobody has an excuse not to do it. Let me tell you. So
Yeah.
amazing things happen when you get outside your comfort zone.
And that is true. Nothing changes if nothing changes.
That's right.
And that's the biggest thing. It's the underlying statement that my coaches have taught me. And what I really wanted to hear from you personally was that, because a lot of people, when they come into the program, they're scared, they're fearful of change.
Yep.
And when you came in, you had that assurance, hey, my friend did this, so I should be able to do it. So talking to somebody that's on the fence because of that fear of change, would you say, because you were pounding the pavement, doing your things, trying to cut calories, would you say that when you first started, and the amount of food that you were eating and the less of that pounding the pavement that you were doing was a shocker, and actually something that was like, wow? And what did it end up doing for you?
Oh, absolutely. I had been on a program where I was barely eating like 1,100 calories a day. But that's not sustainable. Like, I'm eating way more food now, and losing weight, like, which, but it's, I'm eating the right things, not the wrong things, and understanding what your body needs, and how to fuel that. That's where your expertise comes in, and has just really helped me, get to where I'm going to be.
And then also combat the cravings of the donuts.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the thing when I tell people, well, if you're craving food, that's not uncommon, but then there is a cause from that.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Poor sleep, poor methylation, poor hormonal balance,
Mm-hmm.
or under eating, because you're not getting the nutrients you need. So when you're eating more food, you're like, you're not wanting the other stuff. And then on top of that, we fix the mindset where you're not feeling the depression that makes you want to cope with it, because you're actually feeding yourself well, getting sleep, having energy, and working out. So like, why would I do that? Right? And so it's that cycle that you create whenever you keep making excuses for yourself, but you step up. And now we're on the verge of hitting a 40-pound weight loss goal for you before the new year.
Can't wait.
So
Truly can't wait.
I guess I was next asked you, because we're going to do another episode. So Anita's just the start, because this is the cool one, because I got her over. So I had to do the show with her, but we're going to do another one when she does hit these 50, 60, 70-pound marks. And the biggest thing that I want to ask is, for someone that's just on the fence of thinking about doing something like this, would it be something that you would say is unsustainable? And would you say that you feel like you finally are at a place where you start learning your body, learning how to do things? What's the best thing that you're seeing about this?
I would definitely say that this is sustainable. I think it's just a matter of training yourself to put yourself first. And I know that's very hard. Especially for moms and working mom, like, there's always going to be that kind of level of guilt where everybody else needs to come first.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you that when you put yourself first, you're a better version of yourself for your kids and your family. Just your my mental state, just like my happiness level, or maybe lack of depression, whatever you want to call it. Just being a better version of yourself for your kids.
Yeah.
And your husband. I mean, my husband is my number one fan and supporter. And he's, 100% behind everything that I've put into this, and always, in my corner. And my kids are too. Like, you think I gotta do my workout or whatever. My kids love doing my workouts with me.
That's all.
Like it's kind of hard right now, right? It was easier in the warmer months in the summer, but like we'd go out in the front yard and we'd be doing inchworms or
Yeah.
walking up and down the stairs or whatever. Like they were having a blast doing it with me. So it doesn't even have to be like me time, right? It can be something that you involve your family with.
Exactly.
And it's just, it's been a really good experience. And I think too, teaching them that dedication, teaching them better eating habits at the age that they are, has been important too. It's a little hard to try to get them to eat things outside of their comfort zone, but we're working on it.
Yeah. It's not a chicken nugget or mac and cheese. It's hard.
It is hard. But yeah, we're doing great. And, I don't regret it for a second that I've invested this time and energy into myself. It was a long time overdue, and but I finally feel like I like the person staring back at me at the mirror, and that is probably the best statement that I can make.
And that is where I do what I do. It's truly when I can create that, because I know what it's like to not love yourself and love who you are. And that's why I tell people that just coaching isn't truly about me throwing a workout plan and a nutrition plan together. It's about me creating that environment for you, for your kids, for your family, for your husband, and for yourself. Because then everything else in your future is looking better and brighter. Nobody likes to not look like who they are, or have to wake up and feel more tired when they even get 9 hours of sleep and not understand why, and then just pop more pills. You want to feel the best that you can, and you took that step to do it because you know that you've got a huge life ahead of you that stems on you, not somebody else, but you.
Yep.
And so I'm proud of you, and I wanted to say thank you, and thanks for joining me today on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, stay tuned for another one, for part 2 for her.